Hello, people. It's Mr. Muscarelli here to give you a very brief introduction to your end of year tour. What is an end of year tour? Some people have been asking me because I refer to it sometimes. Let's just get through a very brief introduction to it. So, first of all, let me get rid of myself. The Punagansett Personalized Portfolio, you'll also hear it called the P3. So, P3 stands for Punagansett Personalized Portfolio. So, those two are interchangeable. What's the purpose of this tour on your P3? Well, we're going to do an annual progress check towards graduation. We've been doing it every year for a very long time, just kind of seeing how you're progressing towards graduation. We're going to ask you to think about and plan for your future. So a lot of this is thinking about what you've done this year, but then planning for the next year and the year after that and life beyond high school. And also practice presenting what you've learned to adults so you get more comfortable talking to adults. That's one thing we hear a lot of good things about here is our students are great presenters. And finally, an opportunity for you to reflect on your learning. How did it go this year? What did you learn? What could you have done a little better at? What did you excel at? What do you have to do this year? Well, you have to have a minimum number of one acceptable entry per class. I've been talking about that. You know that. So make sure you have one entry per class. Make sure you complete the IELTS test. Things like the resume, those goal setting things that we did at the beginning of the year, the U Science stuff that you're going to start doing in late March. Those are all part of this end of year tour. You're going to refer back to them. And this tour itself is going to be created in May. What is the tour itself? What's in it? Again, that proof of one entry per class, the computer automatically calculates that for you. Answers to questions. So most of what you're going to do is answer questions. You're going to write out answers and you're going to verbally talk to us about academic successes, strengths, things you should work on, etc., and mostly about the transferable skills and how you're meeting them and plans to meet them. Career and college plans. So what are you going to do beyond high school, and how are the choices you're making now leading towards success in your career and college plans? And of course, we're going to ask you to share your resume. By the way, resume is not graded in any real way. We just want you to have one, have the good bones for one that you're building towards the future. What's the format of this tour? It's going to happen June, by the way, the last week of school, and it's likely going to be virtually. I say likely because things are still shaping up. Who knows? It's been a year in which it's hard to predict the future, but we assume we're going to be meeting virtually. Two adults meeting with you. One of them will likely be your teacher or counselor, i.e. someone you know, and there will be one other person, in likelihood, someone you don't know. And you're just going to present your tour to them, answer the questions. You're going to guide them through it and have a quick discussion, and that's the end of it. You've got about 75 days to work on this until we lock your portfolio for the year. So this is not a time to sweat, but it's a time to make sure you're putting some work in, just slowly but surely. And all the details on this tour will be released on May 5th. So I will update you then. You're going to get all the details on how to actually create this tour on your P3 portfolio. Have a sparkling day, people.